Okay, so back at it again. Made a little bit of an adjustment on my tool. What I did was I opened up these three holes just a little bit more. I had them too tight. I wanted to be able to just kind of move just a little bit so that I could get this bolt perfectly centered when I go to do it. And as well, what I found was, what I picked was a 19 millimeter bolt with a 19 millimeter nut. Well, 19 millimeter is just too big, either the open end or the box end, to get between these, between the three posts. Well, the two posts that it's got to go down between. So I ended up having to put the box end on first, and then I put my tool over it, and then I put the three bolts on to hold it in place. So here we go. Let's see how this works. Everything in place. Everything's lined up, and the bolt is lined up right in the center. So far so good. Yeah, it's not bending. And coming out, staying in the center. Yeah, it's working good. So this is my little homemade puller from $1 end plate for, there we go, and she's off. $1 end plate for a junction box. So I'll set that aside and I'll take it apart in a little bit and put it in my tray for the clutch. That'll stay there for now. So one of the things I want to do is this rubber seal here that seals the primary case and the oil from the drive sprocket coming out of the transmission. It has a rubber seal, and it's one of the ones that I ordered from India, and I want to replace it. This is probably okay. And what I'm going to do though, what I've seen online, and which now that I've got it off, I can feel it. This the main shaft here, where it comes through, has got these splines, and they get a nice little sharp edge. So they warn that when you draw this across, the seal across those, that you could actually damage the rubber. And on the new one, the rubber is quite, like, it's soft and it's thin, right? So it wouldn't take much to score that rubber. So I guess Enfield sells a tool, which is basically a little piece of rubber, kind of condom type deal that goes over here. But I don't have that, and I don't think I need it. I think what I'm going to do is just get a bit of packing tape. I'm just going to go around that and just make it so that this will slide over the packing tape. And I'll do the same when I go to put the new one in. I'll make sure that the packing tape's in place over those splines, and just to protect that seal. Now on this side, I can see that I've got three nuts to undo, and this is what's holding the case on. And it looks like there's a rubber seal, same kind of deal here, but this one doesn't look like the rubber goes over the splines. So I'll have to have a look. I'll double check my parts book, but it doesn't look like it. Now, what size are those guys? Let's have a look here. See what we got for a size. Are they 11 millimeter? And no, they are not. So let's see what we got for a size. Thinking 12 or 13 probably. 12. What do we got here? We got 13. I think 13. Let's see if that lines up. Nope. Nope. Let's see if it's what it is. Anyway, I'll find a wrench and I'll get these three off, and put some tape around there and take it off. Once that's what's holding it on there. These four bolts are just for the seal. So what's holding this back half of the primary case on is just those clamps there. Yeah. And that's it. It's interesting. It almost looks like a bearing, but I don't see any writing on it, so it might just be a seal. And I don't see a nut back there, so I don't think there's any more nuts. I'll double check the parts book and we'll see where we're at. And when you're dealing with the oil, these gloves are good, but once they get oil on, they get pretty darn slippery. Slipper's still good. Alright, I'm going to turn you off here and I'll turn you back on when I get this figured out.